New details tonight on a Bay Area mystery that dates all the way back to the 1870s. Authorities have now been able to identify the little girl who was found in a sealed coffin.
Sleeping Beauty, a princess cursed with a century-long slumber, is a timeless story. Could there be truth hidden within fairy tales? History reveals some fascinating finds that blur the lines between myth and reality. The story, with a princess cursed to sleep for a century before a prince's kiss awakens her, has always captivated us. But what if there was a real-life element to it? The tale unfolds with questions about advanced civilizations, government cover-ups, and the possibility of a lost art of elite preservation. One aspect of the tale that intrigued me was the idea of someone remaining young and unchanged for years while in a deep sleep. It seemed impossible until I encountered a strange discovery that challenged everything we thought we knew. In the coal mines of Tiu, Russia, a routine excavation in September 1969 unearthed something extraordinary. Deep beneath the surface, miner Alexander Kov stumbled upon a 2-meter-deep marble sarcophagus. The intricate engravings adorning its surface hinted at a high-ranking individual buried within, possibly accompanied by a treasure trove. Eager to unveil its secrets, the miners attempted to pry it open. However, their sledgehammers were no match for the incredibly strong material. Just as they were about to give up, the midday sun cast its rays upon the sarcophagus, melting the glue that sealed the lid. With bated breath, they finally gained access to the interior. What greeted them was unlike anything they had ever witnessed. The sarcophagus was filled with an otherworldly, translucent pink-blue liquid. But the true astonishment came with the sight of a woman nestled within. Embalmed in the liquid was a breathtakingly beautiful woman, seemingly around 30 years old. Her large blue eyes remained eerily open, and a thick, dark blonde curl with a reddish tint cascaded down her waist. Her delicate hands lay peacefully along her body, adorned with a white, knee-length dress adorned with vibrant flowers on the short sleeves. The woman looked more like she was sleeping than deceased. This discovery shattered the miner's understanding of the world. Could this be a real-life sleeping beauty, preserved for centuries in an otherworldly slumber? The mystery deepened further when they found a black rectangular metal box at the head of the coffin. The size of a large book, its purpose remained an enigma. News of the stunning discovery spread like wildfire. The townspeople, captivated by the tale of Sleeping Beauty, flocked to see the marvel for themselves. The coffin was put on public display from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m., transforming the once ordinary village into a center of unexpected wonder. Soon, the local authorities were overwhelmed. People in uniforms, firefighters, military personnel, and police descended upon the town. Then came a brick-colored helicopter, disgorging a group of serious-looking men in civilian clothes. They declared the sight infectious and used the word contagious liberally to scare everyone away. Within minutes, only authorized personnel remained. Government agents in gray suits quarantined the area, erecting fences and taking down the names of everyone who had come into contact with the coffin. These contaminated individuals were isolated for days, threatened into silence about the strange discovery. The authorities then attempted to transport the coffin by helicopter, but it was too heavy. Deciding to remove the pink liquid for easier transport, they witnessed a horrifying sight. Exposed to air, the woman's body rapidly decayed, turning black. They frantically poured the liquid back in, and just as quickly, her rosy complexion and youthful appearance returned. Left with no choice, they transported the coffin, liquid and all, to Novosibirsk. Days later, an elderly professor from Novosibirsk arrived in the village to share some preliminary findings from the tests conducted on the Tulle Princess, as she was now being called. The government's secrecy surrounding the discovery only fueled skepticism. Critics pointed to the professor's visit as evidence of a hoax. Why reveal some information, but keep the rest hidden? The professor himself made startling claims. He believed the coffin was at least 800 million years old, predating dinosaurs and challenging Darwinian evolution. This ignited a firestorm in the scientific community. Religious groups, however, saw it as a vindication of their creationist beliefs. Genetic testing revealed a peculiar detail. The woman's DNA was 800% more similar to a modern Russian than expected. The professor theorized that her wooden coffin was encased in a forest, eventually buried deep underground and compressed into coal over millions of years. This discovery sparked a frenzy of speculation. Some theories bordered on the fantastical. One suggested she was an alien, her clothing made from an unknown ultramodern material. The fabric's resilience and the strange pink liquid's preservative properties defied scientific explanation. Some components of the liquid resembled ancient onion and garlic varieties, but its true nature remained a mystery. The most outlandish theory proposed the woman wasn't human at all, but a bioengineered replica, a biorobot, from a bygone super-civilization. This robot, they believed, was purposefully entombed to transmit knowledge to future generations. The mysterious metal box found near her head added fuel to this theory. The discovery of the Tulle Princess in the Ravinka mines unraveled a mystery that continues to baffle even today. The woman's perfectly preserved state, her ethereal beauty, and the strange pink liquid surrounding her fueled speculation about an advanced civilization and defied explanation. The government, ever shrouded in secrecy, declared the find ongoing research, dangling the promise of future revelations. However, history has shown a distinct lack of transparency when governments hold the keys. Within a week, Ravinka transformed from a peaceful village into a heavily guarded military zone. Anyone who had witnessed the discovery was silenced through intimidation. Those who refused to comply met with unfortunate accidents or succumbed to sudden heart attacks. A chilling pattern emerged. 6 individuals who had laid eyes on the coffin perished in car crashes within a year. Journalism thrives on reliable sources, and the government meticulously ensures there are none. 4 years later, under the watchful gaze of armed soldiers, archaeological digs began near Lake Baraka, close to the initial discovery site. The unsuspecting locals were told these were routine excavations of Stone Age burial grounds. This meticulous cover-up mirrored the secrecy surrounding Area 51. All involved were sworn to silence, a deadly oath that promised severe consequences for any breaches. The carefully constructed web of secrecy began to unravel with a single drunken confession. A quarantine worker, fueled by liquor, spilled the beans. He revealed the existence of 3 more identical sarcophagi, each containing a similarly preserved woman. Once the Baraka excavations yielded their bounty, the government orchestrated a large-scale operation to bury hundreds of graves, effectively erasing any trace of their activity. The story, much like the buried graves, was systematically silenced, fading into a mere legend, the haunting tale of the Tulle Princess. Despite the fantastical embellishments that have become woven into the narrative, the core of the story might hold a sliver of truth. The government's heavy-handed tactics and the ruthless silencing of witnesses raise questions about what they were trying to hide. Who was the Tulle Princess? What secrets did her perfectly preserved state reveal about a forgotten civilization? The truth, shrouded in secrecy for over 5 decades, may forever remain a mystery, a haunting echo of a discovery too extraordinary to be believed. Skeptics abound, dismissing the Tulle Princess story as an elaborate hoax. They meticulously dissect inconsistencies, the supposed age of the coffin, a staggering 800 million years, far exceeding the age of any known coal deposit, the mysterious deaths of witnesses, which some attribute to natural causes, and even the professor's claims of advanced genetic testing, a technology far outpacing the capabilities of 1969. While some details may be embellished, there might be a kernel of truth at the heart of the story. Records confirm the existence of a mine near Ravinka in the 1960s, and the individuals mentioned in the story were indeed employed there. An undeniable discovery was made, though likely not as extraordinary as some accounts portray. The narrative may be laced with fantastical elements, but it sparks a fire of curiosity. What truly transpired in the Ravinka mines? The 800 million year age is likely a fabrication. The oldest coal beds on Earth are around 350 million years old. The supposed mysterious deaths can also be debunked. Family members of those mentioned in the story confirm natural causes for their passing. Furthermore, Large-scale coal mining in Ravinka had ceased 30 years prior to the supposed discovery, making blasting highly unlikely. Genetic testing in 1969 wasn't sophisticated enough for the detailed analysis claimed by the professor. However, the story doesn't end there. Similar discoveries have been reported: Dagestan in 1974, Kazakh SSR in 1976, and between Mai and Vuis in 1978. These suggest a potential practice of preserving high-status individuals in ancient civilizations. Despite the fantastical elements surrounding the Teal Princess, the story might hold a sliver of truth. There's evidence to suggest a lost practice of elite preservation. In 1971, China unearthed Lady Xinjui, a noblewoman remarkably well preserved for 2,000 years. Like the Teal Princess, she was encased in multiple sarcophagi, layered with coal and clay, and submerged in a mysterious liquid. Similar stories exist. The Yukok princess, discovered frozen in ice in 1993, remained lifelike until the ice melted. These cases point towards elaborate embalming techniques used for high-ranking individuals in ancient civilizations. The Teal Princess narrative, with its embellishments, might be a distorted reflection of a real phenomenon, a lost practice of preserving the elite dead. However, critical questions linger. Who was the Teal Princess? What was her true age? What secrets did the government uncover, and why the relentless cover-up? The truth, veiled in secrecy for over 5 decades, may forever remain a mystery. Hit that like and subscribe button for more mysteries.